Hello. I was thinking about reading The Cabillion, but honestly, I think Spinoza would be a lot more fun. So, yeah, let's go. A free man thinks of his death least of all things, and his wisdom is a meditation not of death, but of life. Despised in his own time, denounced by his own people, Spinoza is regarded today as the greatest of modern philosophers. Arnold Zweig presents the living thoughts of Spinoza, a premier book. It says a D76 on the left side and 50 cents on the right. All right. From the library of Senator Harry Reid. Minds are not conquered by force, but by love and high-mindedness, Spinoza. What Spinoza did was to cry out to every epoch, use your intellect, sharpen it, trust it, learn to use it, and be guided by it alone. It is the dictator that will advance the world. It is the creative process with whose help you can oppose to the chaos that troubles you the powers of enlightenment, contentment, and formation. Arnold Zweig. It says, premier books are designed to bring to a larger reading public at small cost reprints of outstanding books previously published at much higher prices. Thank you. Arnold Zweig presents The Living Thoughts of Spinoza, premier reprint, a premier book, The Living Thoughts series, Fawcett Publications, Incorporated, Fawcett Building, Fawcett Place, Greenwich, Connecticut. Copyright. The Living Thoughts of Spinoza was originally published by David Mackay Company Inc. and is reissued at 50 cents in this new premiere edition through arrangement with that company. All rights reserved, including the right to reproduce this book or portions thereof. First premiere printing June 1959. Premier books are published by Fawcett World Library, 67 West 44th Street, New York, 36, New York. Printed in the United States of America. The Premier Living Thoughts series is designed to introduce to the reader the essence of the great works from every age and nation, distilled and interpreted by kindred spirits of our day, already published in the Living Thoughts series. I'm just going to skip that part. So let's get to it. All right. Preserve your copy of The Living Thoughts of Spinoza. These stimulating, informative books, which record the philosophies of thinkers who changed the world, will have a permanent value in your library. All right. Baruch Benedict de Spinoza was born in Amsterdam on November 24th, 1632. His parents belonged to the community of Jewish immigrants from Spain and Portugal, who had fled from Catholic persecution and sought refuge in the Netherlands. Nurtured on Jewish theology and philosophy, his whole outlook was changed by his discovery of Descartes' writings. His unorthodox views led, in 1656, to a sentence of excommunication by the Jewish authorities. The years that followed were devoted to concentrated thought and study, and to writing his treatise, ethics, and other philosophical works. He derived a modest income from grinding optical lenses, at which he was extremely skillful. In 1673, he refused an invitation to become professor of philosophy at Heidelberg. Spinoza died of consumption at The Hague on February 21st, 1677, aged 44. Thinkers who changed the world. That which today's educated man cherishes as his knowledge and his conviction is an intellectual heritage created and defended 100 or 1,000 years ago by rebellious individuals, often in battle with their age. Every year, millions seeking to educate themselves turn to these original sources and try to study the old and ever-new philosophers once more. But the task proves difficult. Sometimes it is the dust, sometimes the mere bulk, sometimes the involved phraseology of an outmoded style which discourages us. Should we, who have grown in understanding with the centuries, nevertheless strain ourselves to study these thinkers as before, page by page, sentence by sentence, the essence of the great works from every age and nation, distilled and interpreted by kindred thinkers of our day, that is the need of our time, fulfilled by these new premier editions of the Living Thoughts Library. All right, here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and call this the, that was just the, what do you call it? Preface. Let's just call that the preface, okay?